So the UEFA Cup, would you say that was your best year? I mean, you nearly played every game for that run, didn't you?
I was lucky, to be honest. I was the fact that we were competing for every competition as well meant games were coming thick and fast. So you were playing all the time midweek, and to start off the qualifiers of the Champions League I played, and then to play in the Champions League games. I'm fortunate to miss the Barcelona game through suspension, the away game. Although I did go and they couldn't get me off the pitch, I was like a wee kid in a sweet shop. Aye. All the boys were showered, waiting on the bus to go home for their scram, and I was still kicking balls a bit. And then obviously the run to Manchester, I think I missed a couple through suspension. Werder Bremen, I was coming back for injury. I sat on the bench for the second leg. Still remember McGregor's save like it was yesterday. Unbelievable, probably one of the best saves I've ever seen in my life. And thankfully I was a kind of mainstay in the team as such at that time.
Was it? Would you say that was your best season in football?
Probably no, mate. Probably the magnitude of what I achieved. Aye, but
was it most enjoyable?
Aye. It's funny, because everybody talks about the pressure playing for Rangers, and I noticed a big difference. Although I put a lot of pressure within myself, being a Hibs captain and being a supporter, so I took the results to heart every week. Some boys didn't as such, do you know what I mean? And that can happen anywhere. But when I moved to Rangers, the pressure, the magnitude of having to succeed and to win every game.
One bad game if you
was, of course you were, and I went through being quite media driven in the fact that I got a lot of plaudits as a young Hibs player of that generation. We all got a lot of plaudits. To then people were like, he's all right. Do you know what I mean? It took a while to win the fans over, to win the media over, to feel like you were warrant and you deserve to be there as such. I still remember played Stuttgart Champions League, first night I played in the Champions League. You know what it's like, the music. We're all football fans.
Charlie scored? No.
Aye, Charlie scored. Cutting was right fit. Darsheville scored a penalty. Played against Stuttgart, top players. Khedira played in the middle of the pitch, playing with Real Madrid. You know what I mean? Like top players. Just won the German Bundesliga. So the Lyon had won the French, Barcelona Spanish, obviously, and they were the German champs. So you're up against it. They were great players, and my pals come through to watch. You wanted it on video. You wanted to see it when the camera goes along the faces, and it's amazing. That's what dreams are made of. And 2-1, sitting back, 10 grand a win we used to get.
Wow.
Buzzing, all the boys buzzing.
You're thinking,
I'm getting this new set of sneakers. No one's like them. No one's like them. New set of sneakers, and going back to the hotel, me and Whitty used to stay through because we'd be in for recovery, so they'd put us up in a hotel, normally the one next to the Marriott, Menzies, that's what it's called. They used to put us up in the Menzies, so me and Wits normally stop off at the garage and get some sweeties or whatever, a drinky juice. And Coisty phones me, watching the highlights. I was like, we're not back yet. He's like, I just wanted to say, unbelievable, best player on the pitch. I thought you're fantastic. He tell your mate, he says, done brilliant. Obviously, nice for me. I probably didn't know I was travelling back with Whitty. On a high, get in, watch the highlights, go in the next morning, and Andy Devlin gave me a fucking 4 in the paper. How can you win in the Champions League?
You get a 4.
I get a fucking 4. So that was what you're up against.
So would you go in every month? Would you read? Would the papers be in?
No, but you do it to start with. You just by time you teach yourself not to read them, and not to bother. But obviously, when you are young and you're in the papers all the time, and it's always, of course you're right. And the best thing for me, probably in a media respect, and for me mentally myself, was getting taught not to read them and no bother.
There's so much more to deal with when you are a set like.
Of course there is, mate. Of course there is, and that's what comes with the territory. But it was funny because when I left to go to Middlesbrough, and then I never had that pressure.
You missed it.
I missed it.
Of course.
So it's a funny one, It's one that I think if you can embrace and you thrive off that pressure, you can be a success. Yet, if you didn't have that pressure, at times when I was at Middlesbrough, I felt like I was playing reserve games. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, good team in the Championship, playing against good players, but the magnitude of playing at the Old Firm is something that's it's huge.
Just to go back to Walter Smith, obviously he's a bit of a madman, isn't he, when you get beat? Were you ever on the wrong side of that?
I was, I think I might have got a 2 in the paper that game. The Kaunas away.
Was it?
We got beat 2-1 Champions League qualifier the season after getting the UEFA Cup Final.
No.
So the anticlimax, obviously the summer, going so close to potentially winning a quadruple, to 6 weeks later we were all shite, basically. And we were poor, to be fair. And I don't know if it was just the way I felt I was in the team or the game or whatever, but Christian Daly played that game and he kept on getting the ball away. You know what I'm like when people get the ball away, I'm throwing my arms up in the air, but instinctively I never even knew I was doing it. And we were in like a classroom, honestly no bigger than this room, and the chairs were actually chairs like this, so you had to hang your trackie over the back, and Jimmy obviously put your strip on the seat and then your boots underneath or whatever, and I'm sitting and he comes in and it's obviously silence, so all the boys like hands and knees and right in my face.
Was he?
Smell his breath and that, right in my face. And who the fuck do you think you are? Throwing your fucking arms up in the air and all this, and he just
do you ever go back now?
No, you joking?
No. Would anyone ever know?
No, no chance.
No.
No chance, no. I seen Fergie get the hairdryer. I seen him crack loads of times.
Well, all the top players, everyone
got it. Aye. I seen Fergie got it at Stuttgart.
Was it?
Aye. Kicked the board and everything.
And would it be forgotten about the next day, or would it?
Aye, that's why he was the best. So you never felt like, obviously on the plane, going back with all the press, you ken what's coming, don't you? Do you know what I mean?
Slot in the paper.
Not so much the papers, you're not bothered about them, but you're bothered about the intensity of the fans.
What he's going to say.
Do you know what I mean? So the feeling Monday morning, you don't want to look him in the eye, do you? You want to just, do you know what I mean? Avoid him as such, but he was that good in the fact that you could prepare for a game 3 or 4 days later and he would have you feeling on top of the world again.